All right, so for those of you guys that know me, you guys know I'm not really a fan of speaking in absolutes, but I would say this is, in my opinion, the absolute best way to grow your arms on the upper lower split. Now, this is something that a lot of people struggle with because upper lower is a little weird, right? You're hitting a whole bunch of body parts on one day, and even full body, has this problem where you're doing a whole bunch of body parts on one day, and it's like, wait a minute, how can I give everything an even amount of bias? And the real answer to that is that, well, you can't. There are certain things that are going to be left on the back burner, and the common one that gets left are arms, because it's just hard to fit them in. There's something where a lot of other movements will utilize your arms. For example, your chest movements will utilize your triceps. Pulling movements can utilize your biceps and forearms if you're not great with the technique and the execution. So how do we actually bring up our arms on our upper lower split to make sure that they're a priority and that they're coming up? Well, for me at least, my triceps right now are by far my weakest body parts. They really need to come up. Biceps are pretty good, but I like to bring them up anyway because I think freakish biceps are cool, right? So that's definitely something that we want to get to. Now, the way I'm doing that is basically by splitting up my days a little bit. So on my upper day, I start with 2 sets of tricep extension with a cuff at the cable stack, whole bunch of awesome stuff going on there. I'll show you guys more in a later video on that, how that kind of works. But for my biceps, I'll actually place them on my leg day. So today is my leg day. Let's finish my last warm up. And what I'm doing is I'm placing 2 sets of unilateral single arm dumbbell preacher curl at the very beginning of this leg day. Now, there are a few reasons for that. Doing something unilateral at the beginning or end of the session is really good because unilateral is a lot more fatiguing, but allows you to get a little bit more of a stimulus on whatever it is you're working. So they're very useful at the very beginning because it really, really lets you just pedal to the metal on the emphasis for a body part. But then they're also really, really useful at the end if you actually want to just milk a little bit more out of your body when your CNS, your nervous system is kind of depleted, it's not able to recruit as many motor units. At the very end of a session, they can be useful as well. So for the purpose of bringing up my arms, I am today, at the very beginning of this session, going to be running the single arm dumbbell preacher to try to bring them up as much as possible. And the progressive overload I've been seeing here has been fantastic. I mean, every session I'm pretty much adding weight or adding reps. So last time I was here in this exact spot doing this exact same thing, I was on my last lower day and I got 40 pounds for 4 in the right and 5 in the left. And all these sets are pretty much to 0 to 1 RIR. Not trying to play into the meme here, but 0 to 1 RIR really is the way to go here. I mean, if you feel like a rep is like insanely difficult, maybe not go for it. If you want to be ambitious, you can. It really just depends. So we're gonna see what I got in the tank right now. Obviously, I'm gonna try to get 5 reps, given I got 4 last time. So let's see what we're able to pull off. All right, guys, here we go. Ready? Good control. Oh my God. All right, I think that was about 5. I could be wrong, it could have been 6, but I think it was 5. So that's right in that ballpark where, week to week, obviously I'm gonna try to improve the range of motion, improve the quality of the reps. There's always a whole bunch of things you can do to actually improve your execution. Obviously with dumbbells, you really can't go up a whole lot in weight from time to time, but something you guys might not be realizing, but you really should be, is that biceps are most active in the length and range, okay? So the bicep is actually working most right around here at the stretch. That's not to say you need to train every muscle in the stretch, you don't, but the biceps are one of them that actually really do benefit from that. So the dumbbell preacher anatomically works perfect for you because it's a lot easier as you get right around past here, right around past 90 degrees. It gets easier up here because of gravity and the actual amount of torque on the arm. So it gets easier right around here and up, it gets a lot easier. Then as you get below here, it gets a lot harder, okay? So that's something a lot of people gotta realize is that this is actually an ideal movement for the biceps because we want it to be very, very hard here at the bottom, here at the stretch. So that's just something to think about. And again, for people that wanna design their own split, if you haven't already, check out my ebook down below. It's the Ultimate Split Building Blueprint. It's only $9. I spent a month making it. I think you guys will love it. It's down below in the description, but we're gonna rest about 2 to 3 minutes between sides. We'll do 2 sets here on each. So this whole thing will take 10 minutes maybe 15. and it's a great way to bring the arms up. So that's kind of the premise of it. All right, so the last thing to talk about when we actually want bringing up your arms on an upper lower split is actually biasing the different regions of the arm that we're trying to go for. So a couple of the main ones that I think people would really benefit from are the triceps long head, which essentially works through a more neutral shoulder position. So if you're excessively flexed and doing some kind of extension, or if you're excessively extended, not going to be your best bet. So I think for most people, they would really benefit from being able to bring up the long head to the best of their ability. Another thing people want to bring up obviously is the bicep, which I explained earlier. Right now, I always do on my leg day now, one set of a brachioradialis type of curl. That's a curl that is specifically for the brachioradialis of this muscle right here. It's also at the brachialis as well, and some bicep pretty well. So we have one set here we're going to do of unilateral cuffed hammer curl here, which is actually a very good exercise. It has been kind of repopularized on TikTok and social media recently. I like to use it here with the back support just because it's like really nice to do. So it makes it very comfortable and kind of gets you nicely in position. So I think we're pretty well set up. I like to avoid crimping when I can, but that doesn't always happen. Here we go. Okay. All right, that was 8. There are a bunch of different ways to do this, by the way. I could have in theory done it this way as well, where I lean over. I actually normally do it like that. I don't know why for some reason on the video I kind of screwed it up today. So on my next side, I'll probably get well oriented with the left and do kind of the same thing. So you have a bunch of different options. Obviously, the more stability we have, the better. But you know, bringing up your arms on any kind of high frequency split is not about 8 million different exercises. That's not really what we're going for. We want to be able to put a lot of love into the exercises and the sets we do, so we don't need 50 million different sets and 50 million different exercises. It really is about just picking a couple, you know, training them very hard, as we should be training everything, but just picking a couple exercises, training them very hard, and getting them out of the way before going on with the rest of the day. So when I do my cross-body extension type of deal with the cuff for my upper day, I will put the triceps first. I'll put that right before doing anything back related, doing anything chest related. They're always going first. So that's just kind of the principle of it. It really, truly is quality over quantity. And with that, we're gonna probably hop into our other side. I like to rest 3 minutes between sides, but sometimes I get a little impatient, and it is part of human nature to be impatient sometimes. But I also have a slight imbalance where my right side is slightly stronger, so I'm not super worried about resting 3 minutes. And I do feel pretty ready. So let's try left side. Here we go, same shit, here we go. You shouldn't be able to talk doing this. If you're able to talk during or after your isolations, you're probably not training them hard enough. But anyways, you can apply for coaching down below in the description. You can check out my ebook as well, training ebook down below on how to build your own split. And I'll see you guys on the next one.